In the video today, we're answering a viewer question because David K asks us, why do they roll out the red carpet for celebrities and dignitaries? Throughout history, red carpets have led luminaries to momentous events, both good and bad. Aeschylus, from 525 BC to 455 BC, the father of tragedy, wrote various plays where his heroes fell from grace due to a combination of unwinnable circumstances, arrogance, and/or simply stepping on the toes of the gods. A few years before his death, Aeschylus wrote Agamemnon, in which, after a 10-year absence from his kingdom of Mycenae, King Agamemnon returned home to his wife triumphant from the Trojan War and dragging along his new concubine, Cassandra. Clytemnestra was happy to see Agamemnon, but only because she could now seek her vengeance, not only for his new lady friends, but more particularly for his role in the death of their daughter a decade previous. Just before the Greek fleet had sailed off to fight the Trojan War, Agamemnon killed one of the goddess Artemis's deer, which enraged her, leading to Artemis interfering with the Greek fleet leaving. To appease her, Agamemnon was forced to sacrifice his oldest daughter, obviously without his wife's consent. So by the time he arrived back in Mycenae, Clytemnestra was more than pleased to greet him, and determined to make a show of it, she rolled, or more accurately, spread out a literal red carpet, marking the first known mention of such a thing ever happening. Ordering her ladies to make a path for Agamemnon to walk from his chariot to the palace doors on, she stated, "You women, spread out those tapestries here on the ground directly in his path, which shall be covered all in red, so justice can lead him back into his home." Having already paid once for earlier hubris, Agamemnon was afraid of further angering the gods by taking on such airs. He says, "Don't invite envy to cross my path, that's how we honor gods. For a mortal man to place his foot like this on rich embroidery is not without some risk." Eventually, however, he gave in to Clytemnestra's pestering, albeit after first removing his sandals. He walked barefoot on the carpet that led him to his palace and eventually to his doom. Shortly after this little walk, Clytemnestra stabbed him to death in the bathtub. Whether it was fear of the wrath of the gods or lack of sufficient textiles, there are few episodes recorded of other similar red carpet uses for the next 2,000 years, although it does seem to have occurred on occasion. Now let's fast forward significantly through history to one notable example that came in the early 1800s. This was when the 5th President of the United States, James Monroe, from 1753 to 1831, disembarked from a riverboat in Georgetown, South Carolina, and his welcoming party greeted him with a ceremonial red carpet. Again, mostly disappearing into obscurity for a while, the practice was revived in the early 1900s, this time by the New York Central Railroad, which rolled out the carpet as part of its first-class service given on its 20th Century Limited train. Operating from New York to Chicago from 1938 to 1968, passengers on the 20th Century Limited entered the train after following a path made by the plush football field-length vibrantly red rug that spanned the length of the train, from the engine to the observation car. The height of luxury at the time, overnight passengers of the 20th Century Limited left the NYC station at 6 p.m., enjoyed cocktails in the observation car, dinner in the dining car with views of the Hudson River, and a comfortable bed and breakfast on the train before disembarking the following morning at 8:45 a.m. in Chicago. The combination of luxury and the striking pathway is generally credited as being the inspiration for the phrase red carpet treatment. Co-opting the cachet of the red carpet, showman and theatre magnate Sid Grauman of the now famous Chinese theatre, in front of which celebrities still place their hands in wet cement, is widely credited with introducing the practice to Hollywood when he had a red carpet placed for the stars to follow at the premiere of Robin Hood at his Egyptian theatre in 1922. Also needing a practical method of guiding its numerous stars through the throng on Oscar night, the Academy first placed a red carpet to lead celebrities from their cars to the Santa Monica Civil Auditorium in 1961. By 1964, realizing the public's interest in seeing more of Hollywood's best and brightest, Oscar producers began spending more time on exterior shots of the stars walking down the carpet. Nonetheless, even by the early 1960s, the red carpet was still little more than a trail to be followed. This all changed in the 1970s following Barbra Streisand's see-through pantsuit Best Actress acceptance speech in 1969, as celebrities began competing for the publicity and exposure afforded by the red carpet by exploring their fashion sense. Together with the introduction of People magazine, the award show red carpet was transformed into a fashion runway that was as accessible as the television in your living room. The red carpet evolved again in the early 1990s when Joan and Melissa Rivers began their coverage of pre-award show fashion, beginning with the 1994 Golden Globes. incorporating conversation and celebrity worship, and dishing with fashion reporting, the E-reporters forever changed the way stars entered these large events with the simple but pertinent question, who are you wearing? Today, sporting the 360-degree glam cam, which nearly instantly shows a star's outfit from every angle, the fingernail art highlighting mani cam, and a cadre of perky, pretty and funny people cooing, cajoling and carping about fashion, modern red carpet events share little with their ancient ancestor, beyond perhaps at times being a remarkable display of hubris. So I hope you found that video interesting. If you did, please give us a thumbs up below, and don't forget to subscribe. We got brand new videos just like this every day of the week. Looking for something else to watch? Why not check out some videos linked to on the screen now? And as always, thank you for watching.